What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Brawl Stars video. Today, we're going to be talking about something extremely important to the future of Brawl Stars as a competitive game, and just generally as it goes into the future as more and more people push to the high trophy ranges of the game. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So guys, as you know, when you go ahead and check out the trophy road, there are quite a few things that you're going to want to get from the beginning of the game. You know, you get your first 10 trophies, you unlock a new brawler. So if you get 10 trophies with Shelly, you get Nita, you get a new brawler. 30, you get one of the most popular, if not the most popular game mode in the game. 30 trophies is going to unlock Duo and Solo Showdown. Then you unlock Colt at 60. You unlock Bull at 250. You unlock ticket events at 350. Keep it on forward, guys. You see all these other, various unlocks. You get daily events. So it's going to be modded game modes and things like that. You get brawl boxes, you get token doublers, you get power points, you get a whole bunch of things. And then as you keep going forward, you get so many unlocks that incentivizes you to really push from the beginning of the game and get better and better at the game, getting more and more trophies. Unlock Jesse, moving forward, special events, Brock. But guys, as you get farther and farther into the trophy road, you're going to notice that rewards get farther and farther apart. And by that, I mean significant rewards that guarantee you new gameplay and new experiences. Going from special events to Brock is only 200 trophies, maxing out at 1,000 trophies for a ton of rewards you see right at the beginning of the game, which is very, very fun and incentivizes you to keep on pushing because you're going to get there and get new unlocks guaranteed by this amount of trophies. There's a whole bunch of things you unlock by 1,000 trophies. And then you go dry from 1,000 to 2,000 trophies, where you then unlock Dynamite, and then 2,000 to 3,000 trophies, where you then unlock Bo. And then from there on out, guys, you don't have anything else significant as far as guaranteed unlocks are concerned. You do get these mega boxes, which is great, don't get me wrong. 10 normal brawl boxes takes a while to amass, so it's very nice to get a guaranteed 10 brawl boxes with a mega box every 1,000 trophies. But, you continue to push on and push on and push on, and you wish that there was some guarantee of something, a unique skin or a unique brawler or something that can sort of show off to your opponents that, hey, I've pushed up to X amount of trophies, whether it be 10,000, 12,000, 13, 14, 15 plus thousand trophies. You want to have something in game that signifies that you've gotten to that point. And right now, the only thing that really signifies that is if you go all the way to the profile, you have a highest trophy section. And that's pretty much it. There's not a lot else in this game to signify to other players that you've gotten to that point, and definitely not during actual gameplay. And when this concern is brought up to the team, a lot of times they do say something to the effect of, okay, there aren't enough people at Endgame right now for us to focus our development time on something that makes Endgame more entertaining for players. And while I completely understand that they need to engage the early game players to get them to endgame, I think they're kind of missing the point. To sort of illustrate my issues with this mentality, I'm going to go to a previous Supercell game that really does progression very, very well in my opinion, Clash Royale. Now, if you guys don't already know, Clash Royale has a ton of different arenas that you work your way through. Basically, in each trophy range, there's going to be a different arena. It's sort of similar to the league system, where you go from each range and you just generally work your way up the ladder until you're considered a pro at a certain range of trophies. And then you're going to also, as you go through each arena, unlock certain cards that are going to be able to be purchased or otherwise obtained through normal gameplay by opening boxes and things like that. And the great thing about Clash Royale is they promote this gameplay, the end game gameplay, where all of the players have all of the cards and you're able to see every single function as the cards are used in different, very creative and unique ways. Different strategies come to fruition, and it makes you feel as a new player like you need to push to a certain point to be able to experience those cards, to be able to play with them, because they look very unique, very fun, and definitely different than what you experience right at the beginning of the game. This is a very important gameplay experience for people to have. They see something, they want to do it, and it makes them willing to put in the time to grind through the ranks to eventually get access to them. And then we go back over to Brawl Stars, and whereas they definitely did early game pretty well in my opinion, they definitely are lacking when it comes to endgame, because by literally 3,000 trophies, you can unlock every single game experience you can possibly have in this game. You can have every single brawler, every single cosmetic, and there's nothing that you can show off with if you do get to a ridiculously high trophy milestone, including the fact that you're not actually going to be properly rewarded for getting to that ridiculous trophy milestone and getting a top 200 spot on the leaderboards. 11 to 12 brawl boxes does not justify the push that you're going to have to go through to actually get to the top 200 or even the top 10, going so far as getting, again, over 20,000 trophies, and the only way the game is going to reward you specifically is by giving you like 12 brawl boxes. Is that really worth that much effort? Now, what are my solutions? Well, I think most of them are pretty obvious, and we're just going to get into them one by one. First and foremost, guys, having some kind of significant exclusive skins for really, really crazy achievements, like getting to a certain trophy milestone or getting to a certain amount of trophies on each particular brawler. You know, going maybe so far as giving them a golden version of each brawler where they're completely gilded, okay? I'm talking literally every single part of the brawler is gold like a trophy would be. That would be an amazing way to signify if someone gets a brawler to 800, 900, or 1,000 trophies, something that's an amazing milestone that should be rewarded by something in-game, and definitely wouldn't take a significant amount of work on Supercell's part to literally just make every single part of every single brawler gold for a specific skin. Another thing I definitely think should be implemented is some kind of paid premium currency, or in this case, gem rewards, for getting the top 200 globally in each season. I think that that's such a ridiculous milestone and requires such a ridiculous amount of effort and just dedication to the grind of it that you really need to be rewarding that if you're Supercell. You want to make it so people are incentivized, that they feel like it's worth spending their time going in on these ridiculous grinds. I'm talking 12 hours a day playing Brawl Stars every single day. And that's also taking into account the push in the preseason, the season before that, that makes it viable to push that long and able to actually get those ridiculous trophy pushing heights. Now, another really important thing to take into account is that this needs to scale into esports. And what I mean by that is that the achievement needs to be recognized in some way, possibly by an achievement badge or something similar on your profile that can indicate that you have gotten to those heights at some point in your Brawl Stars career. This is a really, really important thing for people that are looking to be acquired or contracted by particular esports organizations, which means that they'll play in tournaments for them that do come up in the future, and, you know, wear the jerseys and everything like that, representing them with their name. It's a very, very common thing that happens in a lot of other mobile games that have gotten into the esports scene, and I hope that this kind of thing happens with Brawl Stars too, because competitive trophy pushers are definitely going to be people that you want to have on your team at competitive events. And I know as the lifespan of this game continues to move on, this is probably going to increasingly get more and more requested, and they'll probably do it at some point. But I will say that right now you're seeing a lot of players sort of drift off during the mid game, where they do get past that 3,000 trophy mark, and then they just don't feel like it's worth going through the gameplay loop of grinding out trophies for the next mega box or big box or brawl box or power points or coins or token doublers. It's just not worth it in their eyes to go through the grind for it. There's no incentive that justifies the gameplay loop where you're just grinding out trophies over and over and over again. And getting new content is awesome and all. Getting new brawlers on a monthly basis is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but competitive endgame is definitely what all players should be looking at as an inspiration, as an incentive to actually get them there. And it's definitely not built up at this point for your mid-game players to get converted to endgame, really competitive high trophy players. So hopefully they do take all of that into account, and I'm sure that they're thinking about that already. This is definitely something that's been discussed and is probably going to be somewhere on their list of priorities, hopefully higher rather than lower, but we'll have to see exactly when this type of implementation of endgame incentive actually does come to the game. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know down in the comments what your opinion is on all of this, because I think it's a really important thing to note. This game has a huge potential with esports, but as we saw with the Red Bull MEO, there are definitely things that need to be figured out before it goes big, in a sense. And right now, this is the time to figure that out. This is the time to get people to want to be professionals for the game. And this is the time to implement in something that allows them to feel their achievement and show off their achievement to their peers. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have a fantastic day. Peace.